showdown, which was nice. Twist top frag, 24 kills from Twist, 1.19 rating. So without Twist, maybe they can't do it. I don't know.
Twist's not here, but Fallen is, and we saw some pretty spectacular form from him on Nuke, hitting shots with the big green.
He was incredible.
So Team Liquid on the CT side to begin map 2. This is not an elimination game.
Also, you're the skin guy, so you got to start adapting not just big green, but also to what skin they're using.
Okay. Sure.
Okay.
As you wish, sire.
Good.
Stewie 2K behind the wooden pallet. Ooh, hey there. Gets the headshot onto RPK. Tries to go for a second one. That's audacious. And he pays the price. The ultimate price of life. Naf taps into Masuda. Welcome to the server. And Ziwu is looking for more than the first two. Fallen and Grim are already in position, and then we get that rotate from Elige. Fallen barely alive at the moment. Has the kit on site no matter what. Now all of a sudden, Vitality slow things down. Fallen's been spotted. Can't do much about that. He's hiding behind the beam.
These cowards won't peek.
Oh, you gotta be... Oh, he went for the reload, showed his shoulders. Ziwu hits the headshot. Grim gets tapped as Ziwu takes it back. A 2v3 or 4.
Man, and they played it as passively and properly as possible.
Vitality, take the pistol.
Wind out of the sails. This is a nice sequence from Stewie. I mean,
Best
that first
player
throw
in
was
the
sick,
world.
yeah. And jumped up. Only get a shot in the chest. 3 on the round from Ziwu. Do you remember how many kills he had in that last match? I have that pulled up now. 27-15, 91 ADR. He had the best KST, best rating. You saw that stat from Twigris, Peter, who said that his lowest rating across any series in 2020, a 1.10.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
That's like me on my best day.
Yeah. That's something else.
So Fallen kicks this round off with the scout shot. I'm telling you, man, his scout, he's been watching Searson demos.
Mm.
He's been getting busy with the SSG-08.
What does it stand for?
I don't know.
Super Soaker Gun 08.
Flashbang around the corner. Grim hits the Deeg. And it is traded right back, but we do also have now Stewie kind of closing the gap on short shelf. Bomb's going to double back because Shock's, well, he's trying to open the road to alternative destinations. But then they decide not to. They stick to their plan. A site it is. We've got Team Liquid stacking up 3 bodies here. It's the 2 pistol players and the scout in the middle. That solo ump of Nafly, who also has the kit, still needs to be the late rotate. Elige, Deagle up. 2 players close. Fallen's watching over on the ramp, and Elige has been taken down. Fallen hits another scout shot. Another scout shot. He's got 3 kills to his name. And this force buy's working out. Shocks, he's got the bomb. 15 seconds, trying to find impact. Hits the headshot into Fallen. There's down, Naf. Now, it all falls to Stu.
Oof.
And he gets it through and through.
That was a hard one to follow. Holy hell.
Yeah.
When you said, I mean, the number of times you've mentioned that Fallen's been hitting scout shots, and I've just like never noticed. But now I see. My eyes are open. He really is consistently knocking them down. Looking very sharp. Huge impact here. Every time Vitality tried to jock for position, get a trade back, he was there to answer. Keeping up. And Jason is so excited.
Getting pumped, eh?
Loving this.
That's fun. That's fun stuff.
He's not spinning around on the DX Racer anymore.
It's nice. Obviously, we've all become fans of Moses throughout his time on the broadcast. It's like, you know, we all kind of know him a little. Some of these coaches, we don't get very many interviews. But we know Moses. Cool. Scouts again. On both sides. Apex has one. It's like, how hard can this be? Well, you're about to find out. They've left the bomb back. Ooh, Fallen giving up the angle. Gives Ziwu a chance to get all the closer. Of course, it's not just that scout on Apex. There's also the AK for Shocks. So definitely enough tools to get this job done on the A site. 3rd player for Liquid is inside of the site. We have Stewie slowly working over. Flashbang over to short side. Apex rounds the top of the ramp. Shox has one. Masuda as well. And Shox actually doubling down. Fallen. Oh my god, the damage! He's hitting these shots, but not quite the kills, because that's the nature of the scout. And Naf, again, like last round, so far removed. Vitality force right back.
Yeah, so many tags, man. And they just put the pressure on and eventually clamped down on the A site. Snaffle, I could see the HP bars. I mean, it might not affect anything because of how far away he is, but that was just such an uncomfortable situation. I mean, it just kind of puts it shines a spotlight on how useless the default box is to stand around instead of standing back, and why so many situations on A end up becoming retakes with just the tiniest bit amount of pressure from the short shelf and from the ramp itself. It's not a comfortable spot to stand on. It's kind of like standing on like A site on Dust 2 or something. It's like if you don't have cat control, you don't have long control, you don't really want to be there.
Yeah.
And just here, them crushing it from both sides. Really sharp shooting from Shox.
He's still rubbing his eyes because of those flashbangs.
That one crazy flashing mini.
Burnt retinas.
Fly will drop one gun. They'll upgrade. They'll actually spend here.
Okay.
We've got the MP9 on Grim. Yeah, they'll try to bite back. There's an MP9 on the other side as well. Nafly peeks out first and dies first. Instant trade, however, for Elige. He'll try to recover the AK. And Shox, such a perfect bait. Right when they want to go back and get the AK, he doesn't just stand out there and wait for the fight. Just finds that in-between timing. They keep the man advantage. Fallen recovers the M4. Low on health.
He's not in position yet. Getting all the closer. He's out here in the open. Masuda's looking for the angle. Gets kind of distracted by Grim tunnel vision, but at least he gets the kill. And of course, very real trade potential because all of Vitality are there. Let's see it, Stewie. 100 HP, armor and an AK. Frag grenade for nothing. He's got a smoke for the bomb if he needs to, but no kit. That's really the problem here. And as he jumps up, RPK finds the headshot. Vitality to the 3-1 lead.
You mentioned that Masuda coming back on, like, he has gotten really good. And, of course, on Vertigo, it was like the last time they played against Astralis, put up his best rating of all time since playing on Vitality, just all time in his pro career on this map. He was 26-7 here on Vertigo, standing above any of his teammates by a huge margin, with 127 ADR and a 2.12 rating versus Astralis.
Damn.
And the Blast Premier Fall Finals. That was the last of what we've seen from Masuda, I think, on Vertigo. I don't think they played it since.
Well, they try to drop down out of the B ramp. Naf will find one with the USP, but by the time he tries to run away, Apex has already sliced through middle and gets him in the B site. Shox takes damage from falling down the ladder, which is almost enough to kill him, but Elige gets wrecked by Masuda, and Vitality nab an easy 4th round win.
Yeah. Oh, small amendment. They actually had played it one more time, and Masuda had a 1.27 rating versus Big the last time they played, so very consistent in that regard. So I thought that makes this maybe a little bit more interesting. Can Masuda put up another kind of record-breaking performance here on Vertigo? Or will Liquid be able to stand up to this T-side despite him?
It's crazy to me that Masuda just turned 18 on January 15th.
He's just making bank.
Yeah, very young talent for Vitality.
Only has to play a couple maps, too. Elige pressed down here on the A ramp. This is kind of what he's good at, especially on the T side, is like carving out these positions on the A ramp. And that helps, you know, to understand how to fight back against it on the CT side. Here he does find a target. Apex goes down. He doesn't get bullied back, and he's able to maneuver around. But eventually, him and his co-star both get killed.
Shox in the meantime walking out middle. He's got Fallen just beside him, jumping up. That's going to cost Fallen. The Brazilian Opper is down. Nap now towards spawn, takes a lot of damage. 4/5 of his health removed as him and Grim try to get closer to the B site, but I think they've realized this one's over.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, the perfect lurk timing here from Shocks. It requires the kills to come down on the A ramp, but when those kills come down, Shocks finds the exact moment and you walk out. We've seen this happen so many times. You know, we squish over to that player coming out mid, and then he not only opens up the other side of the map, even if he doesn't get the kill, he gets the info, but this time he even kills Fallen, so they can just run it all the way back over. And because when you have control of middle, you control rotations as well. So there's so much value in that lurk to come out. And if there's low numbers, there's less odds that the CTs are going to be playing mid of all places, right? Mostly you're going to be playing sites. That's another reason why you want to maybe try to press out. So Naf in the post plant, sitting atop his box, finds 1 kill, stays alive from there on out. Vitality, they take the round, which is much more important, but at least they get majority deaths onto Vitality.
Poor Fallen here jumping up. Had he been there a moment sooner, maybe he gets the shot off, but Shocks with that killer instinct splits into the B bomb site. So a 5-1 lead for Vitality's T side. Tough stuff for the North American team thus far. Shocks with an alternative angle, eats the flash, but is able to dive down into the cover. Elige is starting to close that distance, as is Stewie, and they combine for the opening kill here. Ziwu immediately answering with a frag onto the B bomb site. That moves the bomb itself all the closer, but Masuda's about to get blindsided. However, turns back, not that it stops Grim from getting his kill.
Oh, what is even happening? No way, they're going for a boost here?
3-man boost to see eyes on B, let's see it.
You get deeper into the corner.
Oh, and it works! Well, that's something fresh. Let's see if it unravels this B hold. Vitality relying on now only Apex. He's got Stewie first and foremost, a little jiggle peek, and it works. They boost with 3 in mid. Ziwu never sees it coming.
They actually, wow, they needed to delay for just a couple extra seconds as well. A critical last frag, and it comes down to the final few seconds. Nicely done.
Well, that's fun.
That's cool to see.
Yeah.
I guess it's not that often that you'd have 3 players to be able to do this at mid, so... But, yeah, if you've got the resources in this position, you know who's jumping first, perfect.
2021 Vertigo, baby. Oh.
Respect. It's always a new way to die in Counter-Strike.
Yeah, right? Well, that's a cool way to pull something out of the playbook in order to get themselves a second round, just as things were starting to look a little dire as well. I feel like Liquid needed something.
Yeah, totally.
See if they can stabilize.
Yeah, it's apparent that their game plan is evolving and that they're just adding new stuff and tactics and they're talking about stuff. It's kind of fun to watch. Gotta say. Nafly opening kill and a deep Molotov. There is an opponent to his close left and one farther back with that off. Oops. Nade's no good, and oh my god, this 2-pronged attack on the A ramp works out again. They forked this open between Ziwu and Masuda and Apex. He's the guy who snuck up there on Naf's watch. Wow, this round is already lost with these 3 kills.
Unless Stewie can somehow rob this away. He lost half his health. Had he stayed at 100, then maybe. But all of Vitality now coming in. A good lineup from Stewie's shots. Falls on Grim, and he's removed from the situation. A 6th round for Vitality, right back to winning ways.
Yeah, that was actually close. Get that little bit of extra damage in. Maybe they could talk about it. Grim looking for an op that has been thrown away, maybe? Don't know. I guess, okay, it wasn't. It was just attacked here, and they fell back. We didn't see exactly what happened because they're attacking 2 sites at once. But maybe if we could watch that back, we'll see. Here it is. How did they die? 2
separate duels.
Yeah, the exact same situation, but yeah, 2 different lines of sight on it. And Masuda continuing his dominance. Really, really strong stuff so far here on Vertigo again. We're going to average out his ratings on Vertigo in 3 different important maps versus top teams. And be pretty astonished. I mean, it maybe isn't a coincidence that, you play less maps, you specialize in those maps more, you can do more every time you play, right? There's less things to practice, more time for mastery.
8 kills for Shox, Masuda, and Ziwu. That trio of heavy hands. The success story for Vitality so far. Fallen gets pushed back by the MAC-10. Here's a couple kills for Liquid, but then it's Nafly peeking off of the construction to take a bit of an edge here for Liquid. His frag grenade misses the mark since RPK retreats to spawn, but they are in a strong spot. Maybe Apex, the bomb carrier, and the op wielder can find somebody walking into the scope from B, and that would crack this open, but Stewie hits the op shot, and now RPK with 32 health in the 1v3 goes down. Team Liquid, yet another round win, but never consecutive. Back and forth, though, for these last 4 rounds, pushes Vitality into a weird spot, but they still have tons of cash.
Yeah, that's true. Really beast mode trades. After an initial entry, it just looks so damn good, and then the ADR comes through on the cross. Naf and Lige both picking up a kill and doing extra damage to the remaining player, just passing it forward, making it easier for their teammates to handle. But, okay. It's still a round up here for Liquid, and Fallen drops Molotov on the way back with support. Oh, just beautiful. All the damage in between him and Lige, and everybody dies. Well, they try to go through with the exact same attack at a faster pace on the mid-split and get shut down even harder.
And that was a gun round, don't forget it. May have finished faster than one usually would.
What were you looking up?
I was looking up.
They didn't even give you time.
Yeah, I know. Damn, you caught me.
I mean, I was trying to help you out.
I appreciate you.
Because you clearly
wasn't paying attention.
Around. Yeah, not your fault.
I was checking to see who the loser of this game falls down to in the lower bracket. And if it is Team Liquid, we get another North American match for elimination. This time EG Liquid.
Oh, no.
Which also means G2 Na'Vi.
Ooh. Oh, man.
Yeah. So the storyline's really working out here at the Global Finals.
Yeah. It's pretty much no matter how it goes at this point.
Yeah, there's so many sick.
Everyone's pretty good.
Sick potentials. Let's see. As this round works out for Fallen early on, it's no easy feat killing Ziwu out the gate. Masuda's going to be close to the corner. Let's see it, Grim. They're walking into him. Masuda's taking fights at a distance. Perfect. Lige gets RPK, and then Grim's activated to drop that bomb. 5 versus 2 for Liquid. Looking to tie this game up. It's not outside of the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
By any stretch of the imagination.
One thing that is cool is, like, on Nuke as well, for what it's worth, it just feels like Liquid are able to adapt, at least. Mm-hmm. You know, we get the strong start from Vitality, but they just remain composed, and they are able to string rounds together. Vitality's game plan, they're starting to repeat a little bit, and Liquid are getting the better of them. Of course, it helps when you've got Fallen so consistent right now with these op kills. It's not like he's being super flashy like he has been on like old lineups, SK, MIBR, whatever, back in the day when he's really taking over the server. But he is just getting that consistent 1 or 2 kills, or on those eco rounds, getting the scout shots in. He's just like putting up when he needs to hit a flick and when he needs to be in a good position. Here's another one. It is just versus an eco right now.
Yeah.
But hey, you never know these days.
Feels like Fallen's really going dad mode.
Sure.
You know, he's here to make sure you don't fail, but he's letting you learn for yourself.
Yeah, there's a really good article with Mira and Fallen, an interview, and he just said, like, I think he basically described it as wanting to be more of an opper on the team, kind of like Chris J, where he's supporting and opping, not taking over the round, but there to help Stewie with ideas as well as contribute, you know, a certain number of kills, but again, not be the focal point of the round in the same way that Kenny S might, right? When we look at a game with G2, sometimes we can attribute a loss like solely to Kenny S because of the certain risks that he takes, or a lot of the success considering, like, if he's very on point and hits all of his shots.
Like that?
Yeah, like that. And, of course, it's kind of a more volatile way to play. Higher highs and lower lows. And different styles, of course. And we know Fallen, once upon a time, capable of both. But clearly, this is slotting in well for what they need. And it is nice also to know that you don't have 2 players who are reliable secondaries trying to primary or changing on different maps. You just have a guy who knows how to play the whole game with one gun on both sides. That's pretty nice. And he's even capable of learning new maps, taking on Nuke.
Yeah, and doing it quickly.
And listen, they can start playing Train now because they got him.
Yep.
I'm going to keep selling this one.
Definitely adds depth to Team Liquid. I don't think anyone can deny that, but Fallen just lost his teammate.
Uh-oh.
He expects a peek around the side, but they just circumvent him. Charging around the crane and right into Elige, who does damage and primes Fallen to trade.
Not bad.
They had gotten so far, they thought maybe this was open, but Fallen doubles back to nab some control of the situation. 3v3. It's an even round and an even score at 6 apiece.
Ooh.
Nav, dangerous game, but
Sneaking skinny.
no way.
Wait a second.
Oh yeah, he saw him.
Oh,
with
no,
Shox.
he dies.
Turns it upside down.
3v2 one way or the other, right? And he had the rights to get that kill. This is the rotates getting locked out by the smoke. They can plant the bomb. Oh my god, it changes the round completely.
That almost was an easy pickup for Stu, who just lost to Shox. Shox walking into that B bomb site, getting the better of Naf. A minute moment of timing.
Damn, dude. Stewie absolutely needed to take that fight. It made sense. He just lost it. And Shox getting the better of Naf and the timing as well. But you know what? Even if it's timing or whatever, it's not the first time that Shox has pulled off a lurk like this.
Nice shot. What's next? Shox sitting on the orange box and element of surprise. A 7th round for Vitality, back to the lead. 2 more rounds to go in the first 15. It is Shox at the top of the scoreboard for Vitality as well. Currently 13 kills, 7 deaths.
There's some awareness, right? I mean, does check it. I think this is something I would like to propose, because I think timings are such a big part of Counter-Strike, but I think if you create enough timings, you deserve some credit. You get 1 timing and a half, it's a timing. You get 3 timings and a half,
What do you call it?
I don't know. No word for it. I don't know. But I think there is something to that, right? And he was aware. He was looking around. He was applying the pressure. He's touching 100 ADR at the moment, just about. See who behind him, 87. Stewie's got 96, putting up the majority of the kills so far here on Vertigo. Everyone's in a very decent spot. I think over on A, you've got to talk about Fallen, just straight up the amount of impact he's had consistently. Looking for a bit more. That was as soon as the hand came over the face, Apex could see, and he knew that Fallen was up there in the corner. Won't need to recover the off.
Yeesh, close Naf. Almost down, and RPK gets the better. Apex then coming in from the short shelf. Now it's on Elige. He's in the open, hits the headshot, but Apex gets the better of him, and it looks like Vitality have secured themselves an 8th. That op needs to be saved because Elige has $700. Let's see if Stewie can get away with it. The lightning strike.
Yeah, consistent feature of Vertigo with some of these top teams is taking A and B simultaneously, making a case on both sides. Don't need that many resources sometimes for some of these early fights. Stewie, oh, the lightning strikes, but will it twice.
Takes a dink in the process. Suddenly that bomb becomes a problem. You might have to go a little bit further away.
Uh-oh. Oh, he's not gonna. Oh, he's gonna watch this flank.
3
Okay.
players here. Boosted over. He's done for. All right. 8th round for Vitality. I mean, come on. That's RPK over towards the B site and Apex just tearing heads off on A. Started with the boost here.
Oh, he can see pretty well from Fallen's perspective. I was like, man, does that boost even do anything from where the smoke is? But yeah, he was in full view. Nice round.
Wonderfully.
Actually, didn't want to bring up Apex because he was down to 30 ADR, but he got that 3K round. That was huge.
Just ignore it. Just ignore it. And then he turns it on its head. So let's see it. Final round of the half for Liquid. Double op setup with Stewie looking down B and Fallen on the A site. Splitting these ops like hairs.
Pulling him apart.
It's quiet. Fallen, he's not taking too aggressive of an angle. Grim just tucked behind the sandbags. He waits for that little angle, and sure enough, Apex walks into it. Grim gets the kill, and that baits Masuda into the peak. Perfect setup from Liquid here to get the 5v3.
I love those pull-the-pin plays. Another success for Fallen. I really want to metricize this and start to tally up the amount of impact on these rounds, especially opening kills for these different kinds of plays. I mean, looking at the number of opening T plays that Shox has had success in, that's just won the round in its entirety. Ones that Fallen has gotten 2 kills on the A ramp. Ones that they've had Masuda and Zebu come up and fork the defense on the A ramp. There's been a lot of these key, like, interesting opening tactics that have just changed the course of the round completely within just a second, as soon as contact is made.
Flashing around the corner and met by a Molotov. Ooh, Ziwu almost with the flick. Misses the second shot too. Damage comes back the other way. Grim goes down. This would be a 3v5, and now it's a 3v2. Unbelievable.
Wow.
They walk into this A site like it's nobody's business, and then now they have the man advantage. Stewie comes out from the CT shelf. Shox laying down utility. This puts Stewie in an awkward spot. He takes to the top rope, misses his shot. A 3v5. And no further casualties at all. Vitality closing out the first half with a 3-round lead. That 3-round spree is how they close. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another rendition of the CS Money Dream Skins. Today we're going to be taking Grim from Team Liquid through the M4A4s. Are you excited to talk skins with me today?
Yeah, definitely. I really enjoy playing with skins, and I don't think I could without them.
That's the kind of attitude we like around here. First and foremost, what do you look for in a skin when you go ahead and buy something new? You know, are you looking for something flashy? Do you like the darker colors?
Definitely flashy. Like, I want to be able to like know that I'm using the skin.
What colors specifically, you know, do you prefer?
Red for sure in the skin. Like, it's just my favorite. I think it pops out pretty well.
So we're playing around with the reds. What about some of like the metal finishes?
I definitely prefer the paint jobs. Like, those are alright. It's definitely not my preference.
Based on what you told me with your skin preferences, Grim, I've got 3 skins I want to get your thoughts on today. This one's kind of breaking away from your favorite colors. It's breaking away from the reds, but you said you like skins that you know you're using. The M4A4 Desolate Space. Bright purples, the bright blues. It's got this really cool kind of skeleton astronaut. It's not red, but what would you rate the Desolate Space?
I think the Desolate Space definitely 8 out of 10. Like, it's one of those weapons that you know you're using, especially with like the astronaut.
I got something else for you. Second option is gonna play into the reds. What do you think about the M4A4 Bullet Rain?
Yeah, the color schemes are definitely like, but I think it feels a bit abstract and there's not enough detail in it.
Now, I'm gonna take this third option to a skin I know you like. That's gonna be the M4A4 Howl, bro.
Yeah, it's by far my favorite M4 skin. Like I said, like I like skins that pop out and are pretty vibrant, and this one definitely takes that to the next level. Definitely a 10 out of 10 skin.
Of the 3 options I've given you here, Grim, which of the 3 are you gonna go with today?
Definitely the Howl. The wolf is what stays together throughout any like skin durability, and that's the most important part of it.
We go with the M4A4 Howl. We've made our selection. I'm gonna put it in factory new just so that we can all agree this thing is the best M4 out there. I'm gonna shift this conversation, bro, from skins to stickers. Are you the kind of player that's normally putting stickers on your skins?
I could definitely use some stickers, but on the Howl specifically, I don't really like it because it like takes away with the wolf. But I definitely can enjoy some nice stickers on my guns.
I think that the wolf on the Howl is the most important part, so let's not cover that up. I'm gonna throw up a couple of options here for the M4A4 Howl. My first and favorite red Katowice 2014 sticker has to be the Hellraisers, man.
I definitely think it helps the skin. Like I said, like, and in the back, it definitely doesn't take away from the wolf, which is good, and it's still like it's the same aesthetic as the Howl itself, which makes it top 3 in my opinion.
Would you say, Grim, that this is your dream version of the M4A4 Howl?
The sticker goes good, and it's not really in the way of a wolf, so definitely pops out pretty well.
Grim, it's been a pleasure having you here for a CS Money segment. Thank you for joining me on Dream Skins, and best of luck out there, bro.
Thank you.
Shox with the 16-7 first half, taking over the scoreboard for the first 15. But, I mean, this 3 versus 5 to close out the half, Mohan. What went wrong for Liquid?
Yeah, that's what went wrong for Liquid is a curious question. It feels like there's not a consistent overall game plan where their IGLs are going head to head. It felt a lot more like it was tactics based on both sides.
Okay.
That those were bringing some successes in different periods. Like it was Shox' individual plays, that fork on A ramp with Masuda and Ziwu. It was fall in on the A ramp, and all of these different like dictating the course of rounds, but just in the default. So a lot of defaults and a lot of mixed results. Overall, of course, we've got Vitality coming out ahead in that regard. I don't think it means that. I don't think it's very telling of what's going to happen in this half, and I don't think in terms of confidence, Liquid will be that low. I mean, I don't know how they feel, but clearly we saw that triple boost. We know that they brought some preparation, and they've had some success even though they haven't played this map that much. At least on vertigo. So maybe their hopes are higher.
They walk away from what was a bit of a showing towards the A site. Liege joining Fallen top mid. And what lies in wait? We've got Apex with a deep headshot. That was a great camera angle. You just saw Apex's laser beam right in the forehead.
There's another one coming up right now.
Nope, Stewie jumps. And there's the peek.
Stick to the script, Stu.
From Ziwu. Apex dives down behind construction. Stewie's gonna hunt him. Shox gets aggressive down on B. Could be a big kill, but Grim gets it. And now Nap at bat with 1. RPK answers. Fallen's gonna take the place of Apex, and it works out. He pops up, but dies. And then it all falls to Masuda. Let's see it. 58 health in the 1v2.
See if he thinks there's anybody else inside the site or not. Still going to be hard on time to be able to pull this out. That peak is not... Ooh, oh, wow, Stewie. Wow, playing with him. That was 6. 3K for Stewie. And taking down Apex, even though it started out with such a clean shot as well. 2 rounds the difference. But just like that, Liquid are back into the game. We'll see how their T side looks. I'm looking to Elige. He's not having a great game, but Elige on the T side, I think, is what can make the difference for Team Liquid on Vertigo, where he's just so good when it comes to anything to do with smokes or a lot of distractions or like situations where he does get very blind and stuff. I feel like he can be very clutch with low HP and a lot of chaos. And I think that's what the A ramp is all about. I think that's where a lot of duels happen. And that's where I've seen a lot of success for Liquid when it comes to Vertigos with Elige, at least in the games that I've watched. So he's down to 28 HP already. So here's a real test. He's only got the SMG in his hand, but his teammates don't have guns that are much better either.
See, we're looking for kills. Fallen stuck in the corner. He's got some teammates to try and help him out of the situation. And here comes the Deagle from Apex, but just damage. Still substantial on both Fallen and Elige. Masuda's going to try to get into the equation. Stewie's holding him in, and it works out for Liquid. 5v3 set to unfold on the A site.
Yeah, let's see if they go for the retake or the rotate, excuse me. So RPK slowly meanders his way down the ramp. No one's coming back towards B at this moment. 45 seconds remain, so they could make one last rotation, but it really feels like they're intent on taking A up the ramp now. See, really, Zeus had the keys to the ramp and everything. He's holding it down, hitting shots, yeah, putting in the damage, and it could count for something, but it is still a 2-on-5 situation. Shox boosted up. There's a player here on his left. That's the bomb drop to the site. He's going to try to spam down, and RPK will track it.
What is unfolding? Grim, 11 HP. RPK could take a nasty chance on this. He gets the kill right after the plant.
This is 2v5.
Tap it back at Elige. I mean, they just picked up that 3v5 to close the first half. Stewie, 100 HP. Elige gets caught by RPK extending. RPK comes in with the 3K retake. And that bomb tap, not a commitment just yet. No kit. Here's Stewie with the first one, but there's still time. And Vitality had no business winning this round.
I mean, the apparition of Ziwu was there to bless him, right? The amount of damage that he did with that scout to assist on each and every one of those kills as they perform this 2v5. I mean, they're going to feel pretty good about it, but there's a lot of credit to be given to Ziwu as well and his early scout damage on the A ramp deep into it. Apex as well seems to get a piece of this. And then here, just great coordination on the attack. So nicely done, honestly. And assist. Stewie ends up getting killed at the end. And they are very convivial, and they should be excited that steals back momentum in a huge way.
Oof. And a tough pill to swallow for Liquid because they don't have the economy to bounce back.
Yeah, right after the pistol.
Yikes. That's a crushing way to lose. And again, you just lost a 3v5. Like, that's still in the back of your mind. You take away pistol, you're feeling good, you kind of forget about it, and then
Yeah.
right back to reality.
If there's anything that's going to put a dent in your composure or something like that. I was thinking about how the fact that like G2 and the Stralis both started out their halves, I think, with attacks towards B, and maybe why they were doing that. We did see the pistol on Liquid side go towards the B site, but the anti-ecos as well. I wonder if that's regarded generally as easier right now.
Ouch.
Yeah, it does feel like early game plans are leaning towards that side of the map at the moment. Softened up. We can really see the value of the scout. Just such a wide choke point down there at the bottom. With so much nuance on the angles, but if you're the CT waiting, you've got an advantage on like most of the fights, depending on where you want to stand off this ramp. ZywOo Fallen both utilizing that to its full potential.
First kill versus the Glocks. It's that Lone Ranger in Grim kind of sent to his death on the B site. But don't worry, Naf and Elige are soon to follow. Stewie flirting around with the idea of a mid play. Deagle gets passed to Elige. Third time's the charm. Maybe. Masuda aware of the fact that mid's compromised, but I mean, RPK is just doing it all. Shox and Apex close up shop. Vitality taking 11.
Will they take a 12? That's the question. The amount of money left over, we don't know what the plan was going to be in the following round if Liquid won, the round they were supposed to. The fact they lost to, a slow default with a scout that got way too much damage off in a 2v5. I mean, let's see if it takes the wind out of their sails. If they do have something to show, it's all up to them. Again, Elige not had the greatest game yet. I expect that this half could be a bit more kind to him, though it's not an easy job that he has if he's not feeling it and immediately goes down. Flash assist there by Fallen. I don't know if that actually, could have been intended, flash behind him or not, but either way, he's dead and gone. 4-4. Shox trying to be the guardian angel of these B stairs, but it looks like he'll fall off. There's a lot of attention here from the T's. And a lot of proactivity between ZywOo and Apex over on the A ramp. Stewie boosts up into B. He hasn't shown anything quite yet. Shox really out in the open. This would be a demanding flick if Stewie's prepared. And we'll see how they coordinate the attack.
Yeah, you see just those heads for a moment. Masuda gets the first, and Shox looking for the multi-spray down. It's up to Apex now. Naf had burned him alive and doubles up with the Galil kill, so let's see. It's ZywOo. Fallen's got his hands busy, and he knows exactly where he's at. No bomb plant either.
The guy in the back, what, 3 dinks in a row? In less than a second? Is that what just happened?
Rude.
Holy. Of course, that's how you do it. Some guys got their hands busy putting in the bomb code. You take his friend out, and then that's a free round. But usually you don't get the first guy. MP9 from that distance.
Yeah, that Molotov spread just barely at the feet of Shox.
I'm pretty sure Naf was full health as well.
Dude, insane.
Just doesn't even care.
The energy in this room as well. But whoa, right back into the action. Single AK for Team Liquid, and it already finds a kill at the minute 45 mark. But that is the only gun for Liquid on this one.
Yeah, that's a backbreaker.
Uh-oh.
That's the, I know exactly where you are. And we're going straight for overkill.
Good call, RPK. Calls out the boost position. That AK not able to get much more. And sure enough, RPK with the multi-kill. Masuda cleans it up. 13 rounds to 7. And Vitality continue to extend this lead.
Confidence is teaming. Another tack pause going to be called. And I mean, I feel we haven't even seen like a round come to fruition in any sense. We haven't seen this get to the point of execution on A or on B. They haven't won default. Unfortunately, like that's going to be the first thing is like can we try to break apart the A-ramp if they want to do aggressive stuff? We can't just let Ziwu and Apex run around, peek whenever they want on the A-ramp, and like stand there and like allow them to win those duels. We either have to win those duels or we can't win any rounds. Eventually, you got to punish them, push them back, and then get them to the point of execution and try stuff from there. If you don't have the tactics to do that, it's probably a bit too late. Be it an unfortunate situation for Liquid if that were the case, but really, there's not enough to go off of for me to lose confidence in Liquid just yet, because we haven't even seen a round get started. Like, they could have gotten lucky with how Liege died, for example, and they just really needed to get started. This will be one of their last chances, so let's see. If they have a way to, number one, stay alive and win one of these duels, or just delay long enough on the A-ramp. But for now, the CT confidence is through the roof. They're freely peeking, throwing nades, getting damage with no response. Finally, the smokes dissipate. Like, Ziwu's basically reloading out in the open. Okay, Elige will finally punish.
Nice kill, and he gets up behind the tarps. Apex may not expect it, and he can't even win the fight versus Stewie. A 3v5 turned 5v2. Nicely done by Elige there. Gets the first kill, very quickly works his way up short shelf. Bit of a dud Molotov, but so be it. Vitality, they're on the other side of the map, priming themselves for a save.
Finally, a 2v5, they can't win.
Are you sure?
AI says 1%. We're going with that.
Yeah. 2% now.
Yeah, 2.
The odds are improving.
It really comes down to, yeah, I'm glad we get to see Elige at least get to, you know, show us something.
Yeah.
Elige and Stewie as well. They've got a lot of kind of role overlap, I think, right now. In a really good sense. I think they complement each other well in terms of their play styles. Elige's going to be a little bit more valuable as a player in terms of like how much impact he may have on a round in total, or like Stewie might be a little bit more sacrificial, more willing to go out first. But Elige's specialty is definitely like, I feel like opening kills and aggressive lurks and entries.
That one works out all right. Looking at the money, Vitality will have a buy. Not to mention this 5-round lead still keeping them a step ahead of the North Americans.
Well, yeah, that was step 1. And now for Vitality,
yeah.
I mean, they might just try that again, because why not? They could say, oh, it's just unlucky, right? Elige hit a super sick shot, won't happen again. I have an op. I know what they're going to do this time. Let's give it another shot.
2 ops.
Okay.
Shocks with 1 in mid, but ooh, nice utility. Almost like calling it out, like you said, right? I've got an op, I'm gonna go for it. Ziwu tries to post up, eats frags, and falls to 18 HP. This pushes Apex into a pressured spot. You know, he's spraying a lot of shots. He better dive into the cover just in time. He's got Liquid breathing down his neck on this A site.
But this is a position where they got them back. They got the nades off, they got Apex to use up his bullets and leave.
Yep.
They've got more CTs coming into this A site to compensate. This is finally a real round for Team Liquid.
Going through the motions of an eventual A hit, they're getting there, step by step, but there's also this chance of a re-aggression. Masuda, he's gonna take a chance peeking alongside Apex, and Ziwu's here, but Stewie gets the one on top. Apex hits his shot, and Fallen denies the duo peek, which means we've got Liquid 4v3.
Yeah. Yeah, they smell blood in the water, too. They're trying to keep the pressure really high right now, and they've still got numbers. They're close up. They don't want to give up this map control and let the re-aggression come with a flash tactic or whatsoever. And Elige, he'll find a kill off the corner of a smoke and a Molotov. There's another player up close, RPK.
2v4, turn 2v2. 30 seconds left, bomb can eject, but this is definitely going to be heard by RPK, so they go sprinting over to the opposite side of the map.
They cannot make it here.
No, Shox is going to get there first for sure. But RPK did linger longer on the A site, so let's see if Shox hits this crucial kill.
Oh, the run boost into the site.
Let's see if he can flick it. Oh, he absolutely can. 10 seconds left. Grim's hands are busy, and he's going to commit to this. 2 CTs. Grim dies. RPK arrives in time. Shox, what a shot.
Your hybrid specialist. That is nasty. Took him to the shooting range. Even set up the run boost specifically knowing that that op would have rotated in.
Nuts.
Disgusting.
Oh. Shades of simple. Just not a wall bang.
Yeah. Wow, that's sick.
Wow, the amount of disadvantageous situations that Vitality have pulled out of the hat is just, it's uncanny.
Yeah. What
That's
was
like
that?
at
Did you
least
say
a third.
4v2 turn 2v2?
That's a 2v4.
Yeah.
We've had a 2v5, a 3v5, and a 2v4 at least. And that's if anything may escape me.
Posterized.
Oh, man.
Good to see the IGLs with the most utility damage.
Big brains, big nades.
Wow. That's another one to pile on. Another one for the books. A lot of incredible rounds won here by Vitality. And we might be rounding out this series early. 14-8. Apex looking for the man advantage, does grab it. Not that they need it to win, because they don't, but now it's a 5v3. He sacrifices. Fallen gets hit from the back. They combine
Slaughtered.
the spam with the op shot with the nades, leaving just Naf and Grim alone. Naf on 16 and cleaned up.
They've had chances. That's undeniable, but Liquid just losing way too many rounds they couldn't afford to let slip.
Yeah, they like worked so hard to build up to the point that they like won on default and then got to the point of executing on the A site.
Yep.
And then right after that fall. Still got some work to do.
And that was such a squeeze as well, right?
Yeah.
We talked like they would engage, get a little bit of room, disengage for a second, come back for second serving, succeed, and then it's just this final hurdle each and every time. But this round, I mean, this was a calamity. Shut down one after another. Fallen gets that op answer, but this is just Vitality taking it to 15. 7 map and match points. Looking like Vitality are going to keep this upper bracket run going strong. Team Liquid to potentially meet EG for elimination tomorrow. NA cannibalizing NA. But Elige, he's not done just yet. Gets a second. Ziwu and Apex removed from the ramp, and Team Liquid got a little more fight in them.
Oh, yeah, it's masterful spray control from Elige. Exactly what you expect of him. Even if it's only in flashes here, they need, of course, more pieces to come alive for this to become a viable situation. But hey, at least they got this one. It looks like Vitality are just going to turn tail and save. The only way that Liquid could lose this is if they decided to go towards B, if they were really that scared. But we've seen them just continue forward when they have this much control. It is always kind of scary to change your mind when you make this much progress on Vertigo, to like go for the big rotation all the way back to the other side.
They're on such high alert because they've made too many mistakes. Or rather, I mean, it's obviously a combination of mistakes and Vitality going huge.
Yeah, I think it's fair. Yeah, like, I mean, ultimately, you know, 2v5s, 3v5s, it's like, if you asked Liquid, what would they say? You know, would they say, oh, Vitality is too nuts? No, they'd probably say,
Sure.
yeah,
No, they got it.
we messed up, you know.
It'd be arrogant to say otherwise.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, take it one round at a time. I mean, see what we can find from these rounds. I mean, I think when they interviewed Fallen on the desk, they mentioned that Fallen mentioned that he basically said, you know, you can't expect us to be the best team in the world with, you know, me coming in for our first tournament. I think they have the expectation to do well, but I don't think they have the naive expectation to like win right away. Of course, any real competitor is going to be upset no matter what if you just lose straight up. So, you know, the amount of effort they put in could, you know, show us some very interesting results. And we have seen a real solid game plan coming into these series.
For sure.
Sometimes the execution isn't always that clean. And of course, losing, you know, player advantage rounds back to back or could be a chemistry issue, something that's hard to put your finger on, but could come down to communication or things we're going to talk about later. Definitely stuff that can be ironed out, though, and would have made a difference on Nuke.
Most certainly.
A winning difference, in fact.
We're already talking about a Liquid with a 2-0 over Na'Vi.
Right.
Their first event, their first best of 3 as a 5-man team. 2 rounds away from doing it again versus Vitality. I mean, that is no easy feat. But Vertigo, a few very clutch rounds from Vitality to keep themselves here. 6 rounds in the lead. But Liquid not going down without a fight, and Grim, well, he's got himself a fight at the base of B. 1 kill to his name, but he extends into RPK, who's about to have his hands full. Gets just the 1 kill. Fallen losing half his health as Alish takes to the front run. Masuda at bat. That flash blinds 2, slows them a bit. And Masuda now burned into the open, but Apex is here to help out, and Apex just gets that 1 single kill. Ziwoo's gonna have to do it again, but that frag grenade for 91 damage.
No way.
Yeah, no armor, so it does extra.
Yeah, no chance. Okay, well.
And that's Liquid at least double digits.
They get to the dignified scoreline of 10.
With a chance to keep going.
That's nice. You think they're gonna keep going?
Well, the money's not great for Vitality.
That's true.
We've seen a few of them in a row. And if Liquid can just eliminate those like 5v3, 4 versus 2 type moments, if we don't see another one of those happen.
How many were there in this half? Okay, because we had the pistol round.
In this half, I can't remember, but at least 3 across the map.
3 across the map.
Yeah.
I think they all could have been in. I mean, wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
Well, 1 finished the first half.
1 finished the first. Oh, okay, true.
And then 2 in this half at least.
2 in this half at least.
That's 3. Carry the 4.
And there were like 2 for 1 rounds as well, like
yeah.
the pistol round.
Divide by the number of players on the roster.
Carry the 3.
An attempt there from Apex to swing out through the smoke, but good on Liquid to just follow forward once Grim gets exchanged at the bottom of B. Denying RPK a big multi-kill, but these rounds make me nervous. Ziwoo unleashed. Solo opping.
Yeah, kind of fun. Didn't even invest. Oh, he did get an armor. Yeah, okay, good. At least there's that. So what is going to happen if Z was alone on A, if they don't put enough pressure here, if they go to the other site where there's a stack, or if they go towards A? They both seem like unpleasant scenarios, especially playing versus these pistoling players that don't have much to lose. Team Liquid focusing on staying alive as opposed to getting information, pretending to toy with the B site. Now walking over towards A. Will Ziwoo ever call for a rotation here? Seeing some spams come through yellow, hearing a reload, but not too many pairs of footsteps as some more utility trickles into the site.
Double smokes. Ziwoo wants to play in front. We've got a Liege coming around from the short side. Molly's burning, but now it fizzles out. Ziwoo knows his timing, but he can't quite get the bomb denial, so he leaves. And we've just got a 10-man post plant where Vitality let the 11th round win for Liquid slip through.
Entertain the idea, because it could be interesting. But Liquid do everything that they're supposed to. Now, will they go for the hunts? I guess it seems, I mean, they could afford, one person maybe to go and hunt if they wanted to. Okay, it's actually a plan to try to catch some exits here. Snapfly is the guy with a little bit more money to work with.
You don't want to lose too much, so a Liege on damage control. Ziwoo saves the op. It's this next round that really matters.
It's 11 to 15. It's where you find out if the game is actually real or not. This was 13 to 8 at one point. It feels like Vitality not letting off the gas pedal at all. They look like the better team right now. They have won the first half 9 to 6. Some strong tactics. They've won multiple 3-on-5, 4-on-5, and even a 2v5 in this game. And now we're going to have another buy-up after Liquid have won 3 rounds in a row. We're going to have 2 ops this time to take the threat to a new level. Shox looks for an opening op kill. He doesn't get the kill, but he does spot some pressure on the default as Stewie moves in fast. This means that it's going to be hard to retake. A Liege, he's putting pressure on the A ramp. This is the player that is the reason that Liquid are still in this game right now, and he goes down without an
that's
answer
big.
Until a Liege comes, until Fallen comes knocking, actually.
And then RPK off of the utility usage gets that man advantage back. Fallen's trade frag may be redundant if Vitality have managed to do it off of RPK's push. Shox Deep angle with the op.
The flashes towards B have been fantastic. They've not overextended and always put enough pressure in with the flashes on the executes.
And boosting a player here is a really good way to kind of get up into the face of Shocks. Molly over towards quad.
And he's the only one here.
Oh, he missed it. He missed it.
Oh, no.
Oh, but at least it doesn't burn the stairs. That would have prevented them from going in.
They just have to clear it.
Shock's going to smoke this off and hits his shot. Now they need the 2v4. Let's see it, Liquid. Do or die. 35 seconds on the clock. Shocks with another and the last. Vitality closing on Vertigo. A 30-round affair on Nuke. An excellent attempt from Team Liquid for them in their first event in Europe to take Vitality to double digits on both of these maps is something special, but ultimately the better team wins.
It's a tough tournament, agreed. The better team wins. It was cool to watch for the context of the rounds, to see different things, tactics come into play, and to see how the team is growing, and we'll get to see